The House of Kuru, Part 2, Chapter 32, The Frightful Dream. The king Drupada, though assured by his former friend Guru Drona, was still waiting on a task that only the great son of Pandu, sired by Indra, could perform. Guru Drona was still instructing Drishtadhyumna, the fire-born son of Drupada, in the ways of the bow. For this reason, he was hesitant to continue nagging the weapons master to come up with a competition where only Arjuna could best everyone else. Time went by and the son of Drupada began to excel in the way of the bow, a feat that made Drupada very proud indeed. One night, the prince of Panchala, the son of Prishata, Drupada, heard a blood-curdling scream. He woke with a mixture of furor and anxiety and rushed to the woman's chamber where the scream was heard, with his wife closely behind him. A small crowd had gathered outside his daughter Panchali's bedchamber. Panchali looked frightful, with unbraided hair and tear-stained eyes. Drupada's paternal instincts were strongly kindled, and he rushed to his fire-born daughter's side, waving his scimitar madly about so that his servants in the palace were all brushed aside as he gently placed his arm on his daughter's left shoulder. "Speak to me, dear child. What ails you? Why did I hear this scream from your bedchamber? One drop of tear from the eye of a princess will bring famine to the lands. So please, tell me the cause of your burden and I will destroy it before your eyes," said the king of Panchala. "Dear father, I had a terrible dream. In the dream, I was forcibly wed to a brahmana. He was draped in a white robe with a large black beard. I exchanged garlands. Father, I will not marry anyone but the mighty hero Arjuna. That is my destiny," roared the princess Panchali. And once more tears flooded her eyes and her father embraced her softly. That very minute, King Drupada, lord of Panchala, commanded the palace astrologers to be brought before him. The astrologers, deep in slumber, were rudely awoken and were demanded to make their presence before the king of Panchala. The king of Panchala told the dream to the astrologers, and they used several esoteric methods to interpret the dream. They drew complex birth charts, used small seashells, and counted certain numbers, and finally both the astrologers nodded in unison. "What? What is it? Tell me now! What have you understood?" instructed the king of Panchala. And the eldest astrologer stammered a little and said, Your Majesty, the dream endured by the princess of Panchala occurred during the holiest period of the day known as the Brahma Muhurta, the first hour of the day. During this period, our bodies can have prophetic visions, and according to her horoscope, it is seen that she could marry a member of the priestly class. Therefore, O mighty king, her dream was a true prophetic vision, said the astrologer, and a loud roar was heard by the king of Panchala, followed by a "What?" There was obvious rage in his eyes, and the astrologers, fearing for their lives, quickly said, "Your Majesty, we only interpret what we see in our charts. We were taught by our master and guru Saujanya." Within a span of few hours, the Guru Saujanya had arrived at the palace gates. He was given a warm welcome and provided the choicest meal in the land. After he was well fed and watered, the king of Panchala called his daughter Panchali. Panchali appeared before the Guru with a downcast face and sat next to her father. She then prostrated before the Guru and explained the dream. The Guru Saujanya listened patiently and pertinently and nodded slightly as she finished. The king of Panchala and his daughter was surrounded by the entire retinue of servants, relatives, and royal ministers, and were waiting with bated breath to hear what the astrologer would say. "There is no doubt about this, but the daughter of Panchala will wed a member of the priestly class," said the astrologer, much to the awe and shock of everyone in the room. I will do no such thing. My heart is set to wed the mighty hero Arjuna, and I will immolate myself before I wed anyone else, screamed Panchali, and the Guru chuckled. I struggle to see the comedy, dear Guru. Please enlighten us, hissed the king of Panchala, Drupada. My lord, we humans think that we are the architects of our fates. But let me ask you this. Did you choose your lineage, your parents, your position at the time of birth? Did you choose your date of birth? Some of the most important aspects of our lives are not decided by us. Yet we continue to think that we are in charge of fate. This, to an adept astrologer, is amusing, said the Guru Saujanya. Very well. Now that you have amused yourself, what shall we do about this predicament? My daughter's wedding to a lowly member of the priestly class, a brahmana, is not befitting this kingdom. What shall we do? How can we avert this injustice? Asked the king of Panchala. Avert the injustice? My lord, one's entire life is written at the time of birth. Fate can never be averted. This is the law of astrology. A dream that occurred in the auspicious hour is prophetic, and the laws of astrology are firm in this regard. There is not much that can be done, I am afraid, said the Guru, much to the king's displeasure as he rose from his seat. As soon as he did, the king Drupada became desperate. He knelt at the Guru's feet, holding them tightly. Surely there is something you can do, anything. I have performed a huge fire sacrifice for my daughter to wed the Prince Arjuna. The heavens thundered that she would. Dear Guru, what misery is this? Implored the king Drupada, and he looked pitiable, as did his wife and the fire-born daughter Panchali. The Guru took pity on Drupada and sat back down, and as soon as he did, the king breathed a sigh of relief. Fate is certain. Fate is neither cruel nor compassionate. It moves in according to its will. If it is fated that your daughter Panchali is to wed Arjuna, then she will wed Arjuna, said the Guru Saujanya. But how, dear Guru, how will I wed Arjuna when the whole world knows to have him died in a palace fire, interjected Panchali, and the Guru chuckled once more. What the world knows or does not know does not alter fate. Dear princess, let me tell you a story, said the Guru Saujanya. Indra, the lord of the celestials, the most powerful being on earth, was once defeated in battle by a demon. Indra fled, and as soon as he did, so did his retinue of celestials. The demon then took to harassing humanity, and Indra went into hiding. All the demon's forces searched for him, but none could find him. In time, they thought he had perished in war. Indra hid himself under a bodhi tree and performed severe austerities to please the god of war Rudra and obtain boons from him. In time, Rudra blessed Indra with victory. Just as the demon commenced a coronation, Indra approached the demon and fought a tremendous battle, in which he slayed the demon. So you see, dear daughter of Drupada, the very same could be the case for the son of Indra, Arjuna. He could very well be in hiding. Bait him out of hiding using your wits, said the Guru Saujanya, much to the delight of Panchali and her father. How? How does one bring the mighty Arjuna out of hiding? Inquired Drupada. My, you really want everything spelled out for you, don't you? Well, they say that Arjuna is a great bowman, don't they? The best archer in the world? Set up a competition which only he can win. That will entice him out of hiding. Command that the victor of this competition will get the hand of Panchali, said the Guru. What if someone else wins? Asked the king, and the Guru laughed out loud. Even after instructing you about the curiosity of fate, You do not seem to understand. Do as I say and leave the rest to fate, instructed the Guru. Much to the surprise of everyone, he disappeared into thin air. That way, the king could no longer fall at his feet. Dear Guru, if fate is so potent, then what is the purpose of effort? Why not just subject oneself to fate? Asked the king Janamejaya. Dear student, we are the performers of karma. Fate only performs its actions in accordance with our own karma. Therefore, we must perform our action with the intent of virtue, allowing fate to move in the right direction for our ascension to the heavens, said the Guru Vaishampayana. So, does that mean we do not fight against an ill-fated event? Asked the king Janamedaya. Oh no, certainly not, for we do not know the outcome of our actions. Therefore, one must leave the result of our actions to the hands of the great god Mahavishnu and pursue virtue, said the Rajaguru Janamejaya. I see. Well, do go on. Tell me, how does the king of Panchala organize the contest of the kings? Asked Janamejaya, and Vaishampayana continued.